Hi there, it's Olga. I'm so happy to announce that Paper Discovery's second collection has been released and it is currently available at CraftStash online store. There are 8 large die sets as well as 2 stamp sets, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the entire release really quickly, and I'm going to explain what each product can do because it's not always obvious from the graphic on the packaging. Let's start with the biggest dice. This set is Card Builder Nested Squares die set. It contains 10 dice. Some of them are plain squares, some of them are decorative inserts, and there is one patterned tile in the center. Notice that the graphic is not actual size. The real size of the largest square is 8 inches, so the entire set is huge actually. With this set you can do plain squares or the panels with trellis inserts or the open frames. If you like making square cards, this set is definitely for you. This tile in the center can be used as an accent, or you can use several of them to create a decorative border or an entire background, just like I did on this card. Now the compatibility. This set works great with the Card Builder die set from the previous release. If we take out the decorative tile and then we place the square windows inside, you can see they fit right in. So now you have the entire range of squares from the smallest ones to the largest ones. The next set, Card Builder Nested Circles die set, is very similar to the previous one, it's just a different shape. It also has plain circles, decorative trellis inserts, and a pretty rosette in the center. This set also coordinates with the Card Builder. The largest circle from the Card Builder die set fits inside the smallest circle from the nested circles. Please notice that the 2 largest squares, 2 largest circles, as well as the largest rectangle will only fit through the wide die cutting machine like Platinum, Big Shot Plus or Gemini or any other 8.5-inch wide machine. The next die set is really unique and beautiful. It is called Room Divider die set. This set includes 6 dice, 2 panel dice with tabs, then 2 outline dice, one is plain and one has small scallops. Then there are also 2 insert dice, one of them is the geometric pattern and the other one is organic pattern. The panel dice also create crease lines so you can easily fold down the flap. You can connect a few panels to create a folding screen or a concertina mini album. The dark shapes are created with the outline dies, and these panels are a combination of the insert and an outline die. The insert dies can also be used without the outlines, and in this case they create this negative pattern. This is how it fits on the 5x7 card panel. The geometric pattern has one very interesting feature. This pattern is fully expandable, so you can actually create any size background using this die without having to pay any extra for a large background die. Talking about compatibility, this set works with the Card Builder panel die set from the previous release. All 5 panels from that set are exactly the same size as the 2 panels from the screen set. That means you can use any panel pattern on this screen. I'll put a link to the new products in the description box below. Please notice that those products are available individually and in bundles, which means additional discounts. Now let's move on to the next set. It is called Bamboo Frame Die Set and it contains 7 dies. There are 2 bamboo corners included plus 3 bamboo shoots, and there are also 2 small cross shapes that I will explain a little bit later. All dies have slits in them, so you can put the die cut back in the die and just apply some ink through the die like a stencil. You can also use those slits for embossing. The bamboo corners can be used individually, or you can connect 2 identical corners like that to create a frame. This rectangular one is going to work on a 5x7 card panel, and the other one, the square one, is for 6x6 format. This is how the frame fits on a 5x7 panel. You just have to overlap the edges a little bit. And this is the square one. The small cross-like shapes are actually the pieces of rope that hold the bamboo sticks together. There is a wide one and a narrow one included in the set, so you can use either one or the other, or you can even layer those two to create one-dimensional little rope. The wider rope die also has that embossing or stenciling option. Another great thing about this set is that you can adjust those corner bamboos to fit any card front. For instance, if you want to make it smaller, you simply trim off a few sections and you have a smaller frame. And if you want your frame to be bigger, you have to trim off the bamboo stick from another corner, and you can simply connect it with the first one. Because the bamboo has those sections, the junction is almost invisible. You can use those big frames on gift bags or scrapbook layouts. The bamboo shoots are perfectly sized to work with the panels, although they can fit different card sizes as well. I will show you some card examples a little bit later in this video. The next die set that works great with the bamboo shoots is called Bamboo Trellis Corner Die Set, and it includes 6 dies. The 2 dies cut out the negative corner pattern. There are also 2 outline dies that you can cut out the pattern with, and this way you can create a pocket or just a triangular shape to put on top of your card. There are also 2 sentiments, joyful and calm. In this example, I have used the quatrefoil pattern without the outline, and I did use the outline for the bamboo pattern. And this is what the sentiment die cuts look like. It's the beautiful brushstroke font. To make this card, I've used both the corner die with the sentiment and the bamboo shoots. The next die set is a beautiful collection of accent dies, and it's called Water, Foliage and Ducks. This one contains 16 dies. And again, this die set is much larger than the graphic shows. It includes the reed dies, a heron die, a few ducks, ducklings, a little accent butterfly, and a beautiful water splash. Heron image as well as the reeds are perfectly sized to work with the panels. Nearly all the dies have that stenciling option, so you can apply some ink through the die if you want to. You can combine the big duck images with the small duck images to create a scene with the duck and the ducklings. Or if you put those two further away, they will look like the big dogs, only that they are now far away. Now I would like to show you my favorite dies from this set a little bit closer. And this is the water splash dies. These ones you can mix and match. If you layer them like this, you can create a water splash with the circles on the water, and those two tiny dies are water drops. You can use just a small die to make a smaller splash, or you can use just a big one to create the circles on the water. And another great thing is you can also use the negative pieces from here to make different shaped circles. Those negative pieces are going to work great with the ducks or with the heron image. Now let me show you a few card examples that I have created using all those dies. This one features a water splash as well as the bamboo shoot and a sentiment. To decorate this fan, I used a circle die with an insert as well as the ducks. To create this card, I've used a screen panel, a heron with pebbles as well as the bamboo. Oh yes, and this cone that is meant to hold some treats is created with the nested squares die set. The next die set is called Cherry Blossom and Lanterns, and this one includes 17 dies. Here you can see all the die cuts. Some of them are pretty large, like for instance this branch here is almost 8 inches long. This branch die also has that stenciling option, so you can color in the centers of the flowers. The lanterns on the string is also a pretty large die, and it also has that stenciling, so you can see how I colored the lanterns just by applying the ink through the die. Both the branch and the lanterns can totally work on a smaller card. You only have to use the portion of this pattern. Same thing with the lantern string. You can use just these 3 lanterns or that 3 lanterns, or you can clip them all apart and arrange them on a card front your own way. There are also 3 larger lanterns included in the set. They are all different shapes and they are great as accents or as focal images. There's also a die that cuts out a bunch of tassels. They are also different shapes. You can use just this one or that one. But those remaining 2 are really different because they are meant to create the dimensional shapes. You can just wrap them around a pick tool or a toothpick, or you can use a quilling tool, and this way you can create a 3D tassel to put on your card. The flying duck images are very beautiful and they work great with the duck images from the previous set. But what I wanted to show you is that this die can also create a very pretty negative image. Here is how it looks on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 panel. You can even turn it into the shaker card if you want to. The last little die I wanted to show you cuts out 5 cherry blossoms, all different sizes. They can be used on a branch like dimensional accents, or you can place them by the branch as if they are falling down or as if they are blown by the wind. And this little guy can actually create a very pretty negative pattern too. Here I have used it several times to make this border. Now let's move on to the last die set, and this one is really very important. This alphabet die set is meant to work with a Xyron sticker maker machine to make your very own alphabet stickers. You can see it has repeated popular letters, so you no longer have to worry that you run out of them. Each letter is 3/8 of an inch high, so it's kind of medium size, and it can work great on card fronts as well as for journaling, scrapbooking. You can use it on your planners and for so many other projects. So what you can do now is you simply peel off the letters from the strip and stick them down on your project. I'm explaining exactly how to create alpha strips in my previous video. I'll put a link down below in the description so you can easily find that tutorial. Now to the stamps. There are 2 stamp sets in this collection called Square Brushstroke and Circle Brushstroke stamp set. Both feature very elegant brushstroke patterns as well as some Oriental-inspired images like cherry blossom, carps, bonsai tree, heron and bamboo leaves. There is also a bunch of sentiments. Those stamp sets are a great addition to both circle and square nested sets. Here you can see how the images fit on top of the dies. So this is what the products from the latest release by Paper Discovery look like. I hope you find this demo interesting. Before I say goodbye, I'd like to answer a very popular question, and that is the shipments to the US. Currently, all orders are shipped from the UK, but you can choose US dollars as your currency. The average delivery time is 8 days and the price is $9.99. And if your order is $70 or more, the shipping will be free. So I hope this helps. I can't wait to see what you are going to create. If you are publishing your projects on social media, you can use the hashtag #PaperDiscovery, and this way I'll be seeing your projects and I'll be able to leave you a comment. Have a beautiful week and I wish you happy crafting. Bye bye.